Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back again with this week's update and all the physical releases coming to the Switch. We are in the final full week of May 24th until the 28th, Monday to Friday. Retail, low print, imports, plus our community spotlight where you can potentially win a prize. This episode is sponsored by the EPOS H3 closed acoustic gaming headset. Great audio design is essential for enjoyment in games. That's why we dedicate an entire section to it in our reviews. Well, the H3 is the perfect way to deliver that gaming audio right into your skull. Whether it's to listen for that enemy sneaking up behind you, to enjoy the atmosphere or soundtrack of the latest indie masterpiece, or maybe you just want to appreciate the cries of your fallen enemies. I mean, we all like to wallow in our victory from time to time. There's no better product out there. Featuring slick design, lightweight and comfort, the H3 has got gamers' backs. Compatible with PC and all consoles with its plug-and-play nature, it's as flexible as it is quality. And by flexible, I mean adaptable, not like... don't twist it. It's not that flexible. Adjustable audio, instant mute for your mic, and 2 different colors. Head over to eposaudio.com or click the links in the description to pick up your H3 headset today. As previously mentioned, we are giving away 2 of these. This week, later in the episode, we will be announcing the winner of the black model, and next week we shall begin the white model giveaway, so stay tuned. Now, before we jump into this week's retail, I do want to tell you guys that tomorrow, about Tuesday, the 25th of May, we have a very special video going out. We at SwitchWatch will be revealing to the world One Print Games, the low print company, their brand new releases for 2021. They are 3 really great games and you do not want to miss the announcement. So hit that subscribe button and that bell, hit it hard. And tomorrow you'll find out 3 really great games that I'm pretty sure all of you out there will want. Alright, this week's retail. Shing is releasing this week in Europe thanks to Pixel Heart. Now, I don't care what anyone says, I'm taking full 100% credit for this physical release in the West because I did suggest the 2 companies, the developer and the publisher, work together. And I don't care what they say about that. This is an old school beat 'em up that tries to go for something a little bit different. It's rather adventurous in how it handles the attacks. It may not always work, but it's supposedly rather fun, best played in a couch co-op. This will not get a North American release like usual, but VGNY may get a shipment of European cartridges. But if you want to buy from Europe, head over to pixelheart.eu and you can use the non-affiliate coupon code WATCHLIBER, that's until the 28th of May, or after the 28th you can use a new code WATCHSHING for a nice 15% discount off your order. The second code will last until late June. Yeah, we have 2 codes. We're getting one every month, so there is a little bit of crossover with that. Kaze and the Wild Masks is a platforming game. This one was very highly received when it released digitally a while back, many regarding it as a shameless but very well made take on the Donkey Kong Country series. A lot of people enjoyed it and it surprised many people. Well, now it's releasing physically. It's definitely on my list, joining the other 100 games that I want to pick up at some point when I actually have some money. If you like DK Tropical Freeze, the side-scrolling ukulele game, then I am sure you'll want to pick this one up too. Now, because I very rarely watch any videos these days, I don't actually know how to say the name. Is it Kaze? I really hope it's not Kaze, because in British English, Kaze, it's well, it's a toilet. Kaze. Ever wanted a video game like the movie Jaws that's not this one, or this one? Well, Maneater may be the schlockfest you want in your life. It released on other systems a while back and it was either loved for its ridiculousness or got a good old kind of meh. Apparently, it's difficult to get gameplay variety out of being a man-hunting shark. Hopefully, it runs well on the Switch. For some reason, I have a slight sinking feeling this game may bite off more than it can chew, and that's 2 puns in 1 sentence. And I do apologize because I am not that kind of person. And Alolan Jojo, he knows what's up, it's his pick of the week. Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster is a classic JRPG that many have been waiting a long time for. A port of a PS2 gem, anything from Atlas from that era onwards has been pure gold pretty much. I never played this back in the day. I had no idea what Shin Megami Tensei was back then. I was a filthy JRPG casual with my Final Fantasies, that's it. but it was universally praised despite the supposed high difficulty. This port has touched things up and includes more difficulty options. I heard that the port isn't exactly perfect, like the lighting isn't quite as nice as the original, and the audio is also a bit muffled. But yeah, anyway, it's a far more easy way to play this game these days. And this is Alexander Cato and Michael Del Polito's Pick of the Week. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, is finally releasing in Europe this week. Some may say it's... but no, I am better than that. I am not doing that. The only disappointing thing was the complete radio silence from Activision. I'm sure a lot of Europeans went digitally or imported from America thanks to no word from them on an apparent physical release in Europe. Maybe they were hoping for double dippers, or maybe they just don't care because they're a soulless corporation. It's Crash 4, a quality platformer, the second one in this episode already. Very Valet is a crazy couch co-op party game as you save the world's parking crises. Despite a rather unappealing art style in my opinion, this could be a decent one if you've got friends around and you've had enough of Death Squared or Overcut. Let the chaos begin! Oddworld Collection is a game that makes me thankful I am a patient person. After releasing all 3 Oddworld games individually, Microids have done what Microids do best, and bundle them all together like they did with Flashback and another one I'm going to talk about in a second. And Siberia, I forgot about that one. Anyways, this is a brilliant package, great value I would say, new and tasty, Muncher's Odyssey and Stranger's Wrath. 3 fantastic games well worth owning on your Switch. I'm definitely going to be plumping for this when I get around to it. Who doesn't love value packs? Asterix and Obelix XXL Collection is, well, Microids doing what Microids do best. Another nice bang for your buck, the 3 games in the XXL series of the well-loved French cartoon. B-tier action games that you rarely find these days. I own one of them already, I don't actually remember which, so yeah, this is not the best value for me. But if you don't own any of them, then it's better to buy this than them all individually. Simple, solid action that you'd find back on the PS2, which, you know, is an era I am very fond of. World's End Club is NIS America's latest new IP. This was featured in the latest Nintendo Direct, I believe, and it definitely got me interested. Apparently a mix between visual novel and platforming, this has got a rather stylish vibe to it. It looks pretty simple in terms of the gameplay department from what I've seen, but I'm open-minded about it. I look forward to seeing people's opinions on this one, and well, to be honest, I am somewhat taken aback today because Dane Wilkinson, Cartoon Soren, Jack Severus, Jonathan Rumor, and Gannicus, all of them have chosen this as their pick of the week. I was not expecting that. Wonder Boy Asha in Monster World is releasing this week. It's been out in Japan and Asia for about a month now, and people seem to be enjoying it well enough, even if the trailer looks a little bit janky. That seems to be a running theme this week. I guess it's one that plays much better than perhaps it looks in motion. A remake of a classic Sega game. I believe it also includes the original on here too in the physical version. Of course, this is a retail release, strictly limited, also have their versions, but I'm not sure how far away they are, probably sometime this year, maybe. Anyways, this is God of Resin's Pick of the Week. Horse Club Adventures is one of a handful of horse riding games on the Switch already. This latest one boasts a colourful art style. Take on dozens of missions on horseback. I'm sure this will be a decent distraction if you have a young one about the house. You know, we often look down on games like these, but I'm pretty sure I'll be buying more than a few of these kind of games over the coming years for my daughter. As much as I try to force JRPGs down her, she might enjoy these horse riding games more. In Europe, we have a septic tank full of codes in a box this week. We have Crazy Chicken Shooter Edition, Joe's Diner, Forestry the Simulation, Pine View Drive, 3D Arcade Fishing. Lovely. Alright, the Low Prince limited run pulled a Craig David on me. Don't worry, no more singing. They announced and put up for pre-order a distribution effort for West of Dead. There were 5,000 units available for the Switch version of this Western-style roguelike with its rather grim, dark graphics. It has cover-based gameplay. It looks pretty fun. If you like Enter the Gungeon or Hades, it might be alright as an option, but maybe not quite reaching those highs. Maybe this has sold out already by the time this episode goes out, but hopefully not. I quite like the box art. And by the way, this is Boombox Cigar Trucker and Alyssa's Pick of the Week. Bimmy and Jimmy fans everywhere, rejoice because we have a double helping of Double Dragon this week thanks to limited run games, one of which I'm really impressed with, another one, not so much. Firstly, Double Dragon Neon is a really cool, almost parody of the legendary series. It goes for an interesting style compared to the previous games, but it's honestly supposed to be the best of the bunch, even if it takes itself as a joke. It has a brilliant soundtrack and was made by WayForward, which of course means limited run need to do the physical release. There is a standard edition as well as a collector's edition, which includes a mini soundtrack CD in an NES style case, poster, cards, cassette soundtrack, a pencil to rewind it, dust sleeve, metal coin, figures, and an empty soda can, because why not? Sometimes less is more, I feel. This is Brent McLean and Punky Dooster's pick of the week. Anyways, there is a second Double Dragon game this week, Double Dragon 4, which I guess they wanted to do on the brand name alone because this game was widely criticized when it released digitally. I think it has like 40 on Metacritic or something, way too faithful to the originals, and also the least good one of the originals at that. Bit of a misstep after the brilliant Double Dragon Neon. Anyways, these Double Dragon games have already released digitally, so is anyone double dipping on a double helping of Double Dragon? Say that 5 times after a beer. I Am 8-Bit announced yet another title. They're pumping these out recently. Mutazione, I don't know, I can't speak Italian. This is definitely in their ballpark, a little bit artistic, a gardening game mixed with narrative adventure, I don't know. It looks pretty neat even if I would not play this myself. The cover art is interesting to say the least, and the website says that some retailers in the US may get alternative copies because, you know, they gotta make that moolah. I don't know, I'm not so sure about this one, but it's definitely got I Am 8-Bit written all over it. Alright, let's jump into the imports. Remember guys, if anything takes your fancy and you'd like to import them for yourself, then consider using the links below in the description and the pinned comment, because if you use those links, then it also massively helps support the SwitchWatch team at the same time. It really is the best way to support us because you get an awesome game and we also get a little bit of cash as well. And if you use those links in supporting us, then you can also get a very nice 5% off your order if you use the coupon code SwitchWatchTV while checking out. That's all one word, SwitchWatchTV, while checking out to get 5% off any physical item from PlayAsia. And thank you ever so much for your wonderful support. In Asia, we have an absolutely massive import exclusive this week. SaGa Frontier is seeing a physical release in Southeast Asia with English and nowhere else. If you don't know about this game, then be sure to check out my review. I put a lot of effort into that one, but I'll just say it. It's, for me, this is going to be an essential import, right up there with the Final Fantasies and the Super Robot Wars and stuff like that. Featuring plenty of content, fun battle system, loads of recruitable characters. I can't wait to get this one in my collection as it joins the array of Square Enix exclusives in Asia. I think we are going to be seeing this a lot in the spotlight over the next few weeks, and I look forward to seeing them all. Earth Defense Force World Brothers, EDF, is releasing in Asia this week on the 24th. This released previously in Japan but without English, but the upcoming Asian release supposedly does have English according to PlayAsia. Now this is digital only in the West, so this Asian version may be the only way to get an English physical version of it, and I'm hoping to get this for a review in the next few days or so, and I can tell you all about it because I really want to get into the EDF series, but I've never played an EDF game, even though my biggest inspiration for YouTube, Classic Game Room, tells me I should probably love them. I'm raring to go for this one, so stay tuned next week. Liberated is releasing in Japan this week with English. If you live in Japan, this is a decent option. I wonder what the proper artwork is going to look like. Also, a quick roundup of 2 visual novels that don't have English, Tante Bokometsu and Paradigm Paradox. I like that name. Also, just an update, Manifold Gardens. Last week we were unsure if the Japanese version would have English, but apparently it does, thanks to Vey and also a couple of people on Twitter who tagged me to inform me that Manifold Gardens, the Japanese version, does have English, so I Am 8-Bit, you're safe. Links are below if you do want to import the Japanese version. Right, let's jump into the Let's Get Physical Spotlight. Remember, if you're showed off in this series, then at the end of this episode, you will be in with the chance of winning a physical Switch game. This week, I've gone for Rico, because I like saying Rico. Firstly, me. In honor of Liberated releasing in Japan this week, and Shing, another pixel art product, releasing in Europe this week, I thought I'd show off Liberated. It arrived directly from France, and this is an interesting action game set in a dystopian comic book style world. Very, very stylish. I played it for about an hour yesterday, and yeah, I like it quite a lot. And now it's enhanced with extra game content and things like English voice acting this time around. I really like the cover art too. It gives a good sense of the game at hand. You can order this from Pixel Heart's website in Europe. 5,000 units of this were made, and our discount code WATCHLIBA should work for 15% off. And if you're watching this in the future, then try Watch Shing, and maybe you can get 15% off that as well. Check it out. I like it. I'm very happy to add it to my collection. Alright, on to you lots. Kinkin, many thanks for using our links and codes to pick up the collector's edition of the Atelier Mysterious Trilogy. This actually is the Asian version, but they're just using the Japanese outer boxing for the collector's edition, which is interesting and probably something to, save a bit of cash. Rick Krolbert sent in this photo showing off some recent pickups, including the massive collector's edition of the Dark Crystal game from Limited Run. That is an absolute beast. Curious Pomegranate sent in this photo of some recent pickups. A couple of B-side games in the middle, and top left is the Asian exclusive of Gorz, which is definitely the most humorous physical release I've ever seen. It's weirdly funny without trying too hard. I hate it when humor tries too hard, but this is effortless. Atelier Rise and Shine, I like that name, sent in some P-Cube visual novel love with Raging Loop and the 2 Roots games, all of them rather recommended for visual novel fans. Bruno Silva got early hands on the Shin Megami Tensei 3, you lucky boy. I know some people got early shipping notification for this one. Hope you enjoy the JRPG goodness. N0 sent in some fine games, a nice little collector's edition of Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town. I do want to add this to my collection at some point in the future. Art Minus Me sent in a picture of the great looking collector's edition of Astral Chain. This is the Japanese version, which may be slightly different to the Western one. Was there I think there was a Steenbock in the Western one, I could be wrong about that. But anyways, this Japanese one, it does have English, so no problem for collectors in the West. Yikes Bike sent in this picture of their cat with incidental Switch games there too. Both the premium edition games, Super Blood Hockey, Pigeon Dev, we have affiliate links below if you want to pick up theirs, it helps support us. The all-time classic, Slide Stars as well. I think they picked up the least offensive cover art for that game. Evil McLeod got in these fun games, appreciate seeing Dead or School once in a while. I don't know if rough diamond is a phrase, since it's not really diamond, maybe rough peridot, I don't know, I like it. Santa Tartaruga got in these games. Nice to see Kentucky Route Zero there. Seems like a very underrated Switch physical release, although goes with the territory when it's rather limited. Caterpie picked up Link's Awakening alongside some PS4 games. It is a classic game, really easy pick up and play type, and I often have pangs to play through it again. I don't know why. Top-down Zelda has that for me. Gannicus got in some mostly limited run stuff. Nurse Love Obsession is a nice double pack of visual novels. I think this one was one of Limited Run's most expensive standard releases ever. Visual novels don't come cheap, guys. Mikkelsen got in a game I'm very intrigued about, Snow Runner. I think it's the kind of game that I could sit back and enjoy the glacial pace to. Although I heard it is kind of blurry on the Switch, which is unfortunate. Sosha picked up the Indigo Switch Lite, and yes, that is a hill I will die on. It looks rather nice actually. I think this one may be the one I will have to pick up, but I'm still waiting for a Switch Pro. Yusha picked up these recently, including a standard and collector's edition of Kowloon High School Chronicle, which I actually want more than Shin Megami Tensei if I'm being brutally honest. God of Resin got in a couple of games including Monstrum, an obscure release, plus the collector's edition of the import exclusive Marchen Forest, which looks amazing. Min Q had some limited run love, but also got in Waifu Uncovered, a bit of a legend around these days, but perhaps not for the best of reasons. A European exclusive release. Gaming Greats got in these, a couple of limited run releases, alongside the brilliant and I would say essential import of the Atelier Mysterious and Dusk trilogies. Come on, make Orland happen, Koei. Cartoon Soren showed off their culture with the collector's edition of Riser 2, which has some rather wonderful artwork. I fully approve. Mayrin did a nice little unboxing of the Japanese-only Famicom Detective Club. If you want the full Monty, then head over to our Discord to see all the photos, but here's a mild selection of the ones that he sent us. As you can see, this is a really well put together package. It's just a shame there's no English for us plebs in the West. Remy X got in these games. Nothing wrong with a bit of Ass Creed once in a while. As much as they're not really my kind of games, I do think about playing them once in a while. West Country Blue showed off a proper European physical of Hot Shot. I think this is a Spanish version which has the cart, unlike the UK and German versions. Plus Farlap, which is an incredibly obscure physical. Really, like, we see this about like once a year in the series. Lord Thanos got in this variant of the Panzer Paladin. Man, that is some swell retro cartoon artwork. Massive thumbs up to the artist there. Vey picked up these. He was one of a couple of people who told me Manifold Garden did have English, so thanks for that. He also got in Wanderer and Clanad Side Stories, 2 recent import exclusives with English. And finally, we have Shaft Zero, the winner of our Quest of Dungeons competition. It finally arrived to him. This is the Asian exclusive physical release, a pretty good one at that. Congratulations. Alright, let's have a roundup. Parsnip Coffee, Art Phoenix Asordis, Raven Knight, JP, Chewit, Jason Woodbury, J Frosty, Robotech, Goma, Neverbirth, Max1216, Crit Cat, Extra Mad, Certified, Marty Ma, Invicta, Tired Aiden, Park Ranger, Weak for Waifus, Rovest, Irina, Pabs, Vast Neon, Jose Zapata, Kraken. Alright, please send me your pictures on Twitter at SoWhatAboutGame. You can DM me or you can tag me in a post and use the hashtag Let'sGetPhysical. We have an email, you can send it there at switchwatchspotlight@gmail.com. Plus we have a Discord, which is a nice way for us to have a chat with you guys, and you can send your pictures there in the submissions section. Discord server link is below. Please only send me 1 picture per week unless it's an unboxing, and even then just keep it to like a couple of pictures. It really helps me out, guys. Right now we still have a couple of things we need to do. First, we need to choose the winner of this month's Spotlight Prize, Rico, and the winner is Jumbo Son. Congratulations, Jumbo Son. Please contact me via the same method as you submitted your photo, and I'll sort you out with a a really great copy of Rico. And finally, we have to give away a black unit of the H3 headset from Epos, kindly donated to us by Epos. I asked you to comment on your favorite game soundtrack ever, and then any game you wanted on the Switch. And chosen at complete random was Brian Dawson, who chose the Morrowind soundtrack and Skies of Arcadia. I cannot argue with that. Can't fault either one. Please leave us a comment, Brian, with a good way for us to contact you, and we will sort you out with a black unit of the H3 headset once they have them back in stock. They're in real high demand, these. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this episode of New Physical. Special thanks to our executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Boombox, Brent McLean, Jonathan Room, Organicus, Santa Tartaruga, Alolan Jojo, Alexander Cato, J Cross 7776, Elissa, Punky Dooster, Michael Del Polito, Cigar Trucker, Cartoon Soren, and Jack Severus. Thank you for your frankly insane support. Plus you, yes, you watching right now. If you watched all 20 billion minutes of this video, then you are a legend, because the longer you watch, the more it helps us grow. YouTube shows us to other people, and we grow. So if you are one of those legends, please, well, I guess since World's End Club was so popular this week, then leave me a little Earth emoji in the comments. If there is one, there must be one. I haven't seen it, but there's probably an Earth globe thing emoji, and I'll leave you one back because I love you and you're a legend. Check out some of our other stuff: bargains Sunday, physicals Monday, other stuff on other days. See you guys over there. Have a good one.